Hello, salutations, scholars and spellions. I am Lons Vispel, Magister Extraordinaire, and I come to you on this beautiful Monday evening with probably one of the things I'm most excited for, which is a Diaclone unboxing and some comparisons. This is going to be the first of two. If I'm lucky, the other package I've been waiting for, which just appeared in my state, will be here tomorrow, and I'll do an even bigger comparison with an even bigger set tomorrow. So yeah, and this is gonna be the first of two streams today. I have this little unboxing and comparison assembly thing, and then I'm gonna have a Resident Evil 2 stream right after this, or not right after this, just about. I'll eat dinner and then I'll start on the Resident Evil stream where I play Resident Evil 2. Not the first time, but I'll just do a run through of it for a while. As a lead up to Resident Evil 9, which comes out very, very soon, and I will be very interested to play through that. I have a copy waiting for me for when it preloads. It's going to be very cool. I'm excited. So let's enjoy something. I talk about what's here and see how things end up. This is pretty cool. I've been very excited for it. Um, this is a particular figure I've been very, very excited for. This tactical mover Diaclone figure. This particular one too, which is it was hard to get a hold of. Let's just say that it was not easy. I had to work pretty hard to get this. Um, because for a while, between certain political financial challenges due to imports and also due to them being sold out basically everywhere and overpriced everywhere, I got very lucky, and TF Source had this guy on pre-order, so I snagged him for a non-reasonable price considering Diaclone and this being an online exclusive. The rarity of these is makes them hard to come across, so I was very happy to finally get a hold of this guy. Yeah, he's been out for a few years now. This was one of the first of the exclusives for the Tactical Mover series. So I've been really happy to finally get my hands on it, because I can't believe this actually sold out in pre-sale. So people wanted it. Um, Myself included. I think I got the last one that TF Source had. I always say when it comes to TF Source, their prices are a little high when it comes to Diaclone. Uh, but I will say this, they have a lot of stuff nobody else has. So if you can stomach the price increases on certain items, it's the best way to get them. Like, I don't know if I'd pay $1,000 for that big powered GV destroyer they have up there, but I don't think some of the smaller stuff is absolutely reasonable for how hard it is to come by. It's definitely worth it, I think, for a lot of this stuff. So yeah, this will be a lot of fun. All right, so let's get to it. Here we have the uh Tread Versalter Chariot Unit Cosmo Marines version. This is from the Tactical Mover series, which is the hard military style Diaclone stuff. Um, this is the tank one. There are two variations. These are usually three variations of each tactical mover. The standard variation, and then two exclusive recolors. Sometimes one is Cosmo Marines, sometimes one is just a black repaint. But yeah, all right. So what we have over here, we have our plant today, of course, which is a very, very cool little Nepenthes. This is a cutting off of a larger plant that I have that's down there. So I just thought I'd show it off. The larger plant has pictures big enough that they can eat a mouse. So yeah, this is a big one. Not that I've ever fed a mouse to it or I've seen it catch one, but I know they can because the company that grows these said it can. This is a, let's see, what is this? I'll take the tag out. This is a ventricosa sib. I forget what this how you pronounce the sib one. Caranculata var robusta. Yeah, it's like that's a mouthful. This thing's like 4 plants crossed to be the biggest, most stripy plant. That's a cool one. It's got those upper pictures. The other one had lowers on it. So yeah, he's a big one. He's a big boy. Um, yeah, very pretty plant. So I just think I didn't really pick anything particularly thematic. I just wanted to have one on the table. And of course, we have in the background here, we have the last toy I reviewed, Figma Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid 2 version. Just chilling in the back here. And for comparison's sake, For the Cosmo Marines, I brought out Garuda, the tactical mover Garuda Cosmo Marines variation, which I think is a really cool one. I love that color. So we brought its other tactical Cosmo Marine brother. I don't have like a lot of the Cosmo Marines guys. There's a couple I'm missing. I'm missing the Hawk one, and I'm also missing, well, the Hawk one only comes with like the outer parts. It doesn't come with like the frame, the actual mecha frame that fits the parts. So you have to buy two of them. So it's really hard to get it, both of them. And then there's the that's technically not part of it's part of the old Triverse series. There's the Tri-Digger one, which is extremely expensive and I have not seen reissued in a while, so I just gave up on finding that one. So, and there's a couple power armors. I have two of the four Cosmo Marine power armor sets. So I have most of them. I just am missing some. If I can get them, I will be happy to review them. But right now, I don't got them. So, no. I don't have them. But yeah, I will be interested to see the rest. So for now, what I have is what I have. I can bring out some of the Cosmo Marine power armors later if I feel like it. But I think for now, just having the Garuda is gonna be enough. I think. I think it'll be I'm excited for it. Anyway, let's stop talking and get opening because I've been waiting for this for a long time. Here, let's move you over here. Here. This up a little bit. Pardon my noise. Stop that. Oh, here. It's a little cramped here. There we go. Get this tape off. Tape already kind of like halfway opened here. Ah, get off me. I had to fix the speaking of tape, I had to fix that USB hub under my laptop that you can't see because it kept falling off. Not fun. Not fun at all. So, yeah, that's great. It's over here. Let's move this here. There we go. Now I can see both chats. Wish I had more screen real estate on this laptop, but hey, it'll do. It's nice I even have it at all in this area. Some people be streaming off a freaking cell phone. All right, there goes the plastic. Oh, I always like this. It's not a huge box. I've seen this one opened up, so there's going to be a lot of runners in here. This thing's practically a friggin' model kit. Shut up, Starwalk. Yes, I know. Mercury is in Gatorade tonight or whatever. Let's see. There we are. Yeah, there's a lot of runners in this box. Here we go. We have the basic unit. We have two runners, the treads, the paperwork, and some numbers for some decals. Oh, I was wondering what that noise was. Okay, let's move this out of the way in the meantime. Stop spinning. That gives us more room. Cut that open. All right. Here we go. I really love that green though. The color looks pretty much exactly the same. So we have two different runners. Let's see. And I actually think the the pistols. There's a name for them, and it's a rather amusing one. Well, we'll talk about it once we put them together. Oh, here we go. What was that? Oh, it's just the sticker. Here. I don't want to cut the tape on the instructions because you can always reseal it later as long as you're careful. Let's see. Gentle. Go. Then you have two pamphlets usually. One is the instructions, and then one's a little informational pamphlet that talks about some of the details and weapons and stuff. That's like lore. Those are always fun. I always like reading through those, even if they're in Japanese. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at the actual like stuff that needs to be assembled here. Yeah. I know how to put the bullet core in, and we're looking for the actual assembly of the units. Okay. Let's go there. What is that? All right. I'll leave that open for now. So I was looking at it, and it seems like, yeah, okay. You go here. Now we have the head unit, which is in its periscope mode. Right now, it's just pushed back. Zoom in on that. There we go. And you have the head unit, chest unit. As you can see, the head is backwards right now because it's in its little periscope mode. It's functioning as sort of like an armored core style, like camera head. All right. Now this has actually, let's get our little Cosmo Marine out, and I'll show you what I mean about one of the coolest things about this particular type of unit is its cockpit opening. It's very cool. I like the way the cockpit opens on this. Yep. Let's get him out of there. Close that down. Here we go. We have our little Cosmo Marine. There we go. This one's more silver than he is green. He's got almost no Cosmo Marine green on him. He's almost all gunmetal. Kind of disappointing. You know, I'd like to see more green on these guys. Oh. I like to see more green on them. This is the version 2, so he's got the articulated head. This is the original Diaclone, which has no articulated head and doesn't have the visor, which looks like an ODST helmet. Come on. Focus. There we go. Yeah, he's teeny weeny. Got that green on him. Yeah, looks nice. Look at that. That's cool. We'll just put him right there. Actually, we'll load him into the cockpit. In the meantime, we'll zoom out. What's cool about this is the way the cockpit opens. As you can see, you pull on this piece here, it automatically opens. That's cool, huh? And then you just flip open this little panel here, this little computer panel. Okay, that little computer panel screen flips down, and our little Diaclone. I'm gonna have to do this probably not on camera, because it's really hard to fit these in on a good day, let alone on camera. These are always a little fiddly getting them in the cockpit. Yeah, I just barely over being sick. So went from feeling having food poisoning to getting a cold. That was fun. Oh, out of the frying pan into the fire. So I'm just now starting to feel better. Here we go. Our pilot's in there. Little Dianauts in there. Come on. Focus. There you go. Little computer unit. And boom. Now he's in there. Now, how these work is what's really cool about these tactical movers is there are two pieces, a frame, which this is the frame, and then a bullet core. And then this is your bullet core, the cockpit unit. How this works is, I'll zoom out because we don't need it too far. Zoom in on this. Yeah. You take the bullet core, you take the frame, press the bullet core into the frame, fold the arm in, one arm, two arm, and then you fold the legs up. And there's a little pin there. Boom. Then you have your frame. There you go. Then you have your bare bones robot, your bare bones mecha. So there you go. This guy doesn't seem to have shoulder attachment. My phone. Perfect. Uh-huh. So now let's go get his treads on. Let's get his kicks on. Oop. One. I don't think there's any directional stuff. Well, first thing first. Let's get some pieces cut off. I think they said they want you to put these two on. Let's use the God hands. This. Yeah, that's where the magnifying glass comes in handy. And of course, it goes flying. God knows where. Oh no. Seriously? Man. We already lost a part? Not today. Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay, so is there a right way this piece goes? Doesn't look like it. That's one. Always do the small ones first. All right, let's trim out the rest. We'll just do one runner at a time. These early ones had so many runners. It was so annoying. They just make these pieces free. Have to have a runner for every part. Whatever, though. Somebody actually join? Nope. Just talking to myself like a friggin' schizophrenic. Okay, well, it's two. We're just going to cut all the pieces out one by one. All right, almost done with the first runner. Not the second runner, because this isn't Zone of the Enders. Her. There you go. Gotta love these God hands. They make everything so smooth. Jeez. Room always makes me like freaking sweat. I really like to lower the temp in here sometimes. Even when I turn the heater off to stream in here, it's still hot. Oh, there we go. And we've got a few more left. I don't know what this piece is for. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. One last, two pieces. Here we go. Getting nice and close there. This one. Sort of like a dry run for when I do my Gunpla streams. This is kind of perfect for this. I do have some Gunpla to do later that I think people enjoy. Almost, I think only all but one or two of my Gunpla are all premium Bandai stuff, so they're very, very cool. So I have a lot of nice Gunpla planned for later. One runner. All right, let's. It's like the holster, or is this for the shield? I think it's for the shield. Where are those pieces? What the? Oh, there they are. Okay, so those are for the shields. I don't know what the difference between these two is, though. Yeah, let's just dump the rest out because we're going to be using all of it. These pieces go on the outside of the ankles. Okay, and these pieces are to mount the guns. All right, all right. I don't know where the rear portion of the guns is, but there they are. All right, let's assemble the missile launcher, the rocket pod. Okay. Rocket pod in. All right. Then the secondary part. No. And then the rear handle. Boom. That's one rocket pod. That there. Then we have one railgun. Gonna put together. Jeez, that's really tight. There we go. Perfect. We have one large powered rail cannon. Neat. All right. And this piece outside. That, like so. That piece goes outside the ankle, like so. These go on the shoulders, like so. Raksho, raksho. And this goes on the this little smoke launcher, right side or left side at this moment of his little bullet core. I think these little, I can't get over the title for these guns. They're called, I think they're called Thug Shakers or Thug Blasters, Thug Busters, Thug Shaker. No, they're called Thug Busters. I'm not sure why they're called that. That's ridiculous. But there's little holsters that go on the outside of his little thighs here. For these guns. I think it's cool that I have holsters for them. Like little magnums with little a little red dot on them, which is kind of cool. Targeting system. All right. Okay. So we've got one of these. We're gonna actually, now that we have everything set, put together. There we go. Here we are. Press down. That's one. Another one. Go. Lock. Mark. Lock. Right. We're getting there. These tactical movers are always a lot smaller than you think they are. Very armored core, though. There's definitely armored core inspiration with, which I always appreciated. Now for the other runner, let's just go one by one as we did before. Pink. Yeah. And the bots aren't biting today. Well, maybe it's just because it's Monday. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays. Oh man, I'd kick somebody's ass if they said that. Almost done. Okay, here comes the really annoying one. It's so tiny. More flash on that. Just put that here. That looks right in. Okay. Two. And finally, the rear. No. Cool. Smoke launcher. The rear gun. Two more. Thug buster. Just gonna call it the thug shaker. Okay, and then the last piece, railgun. Or powered rail cannon barrel. What I'll usually do is if I see a little bit of like white flashing or like stress mark at the point where you cut it, just scratch it with your nail and that usually gets rid of it. Ah, mouth is dry. Here. I'm also still sick. Fun. Until no. We go. Go put that last couple pieces on. Leg shaker. In there. Holster. No. The other shield. Technically, shields should just backlit. Store just fine there. Let's go. Orient this. I always thought model's just spazzing out. Okay. Let's throw the other runner over here now. Put everything back in the box. It's somewhere. Over here. There it is. Done putting them together. Back to okay. And then we'll just take a look at the actual figure now. Back to where it is box. I think this is one of the nicer ones that doesn't have a lot of accessories that I can't use. So I can just put everything empty back in the box and stash the box in storage rather than having to go, oh, well, I have to go hunt this up because there's like a million accessories still in the box. That's how it is with like my Chigokin. Like if I ever review like fucking Dirugger or Vehicle Voltron or Golion, well, Golion I'm okay with, but freaking Dirugger, half of his accessories are still in the box. Or if I, God help me, if I ever want to review that Crossbone X1 full cloth metal build that I have to go hunt the box up because like half of the parts are in that box because I couldn't fit them in my storage unit for accessories because they're so freaking big. They have too many like beam parts and different accessories and chains and stuff, chains and whips and all sorts of other kinky gear that the freaking X1 has. The full cloth has basically a Crossbone Gundam that has just everything the regular Crossbone has, in addition to all the other full cloth stuff too. So how much crap that toy has, just superfluous crap. And it's cool superfluous crap, but it is still superfluous crap. All right. Okay. Let's go put this here. All right. So we have the Cosmo Marine Tactical Mover Chariot. which I really like. Yeah. There are 3 versions of this, one of which required you to buy a separate core unit, which I loathe. I hate the fact that Takara Tomy did this with a couple of them, and they're still doing it now, where they separate out key figures. So if you want the actual full figure, you have to buy like just the core unit and then a separate accessory set, which usually is stuff you don't want in it, just to make it work. Or how they're doing with the figure I'm going to hopefully get tomorrow, which is they literally separated an upgraded version of an already awesome figure into 3 separate vehicle sets instead of just selling it as one box. I just don't understand why they did that. Why sell it a la carte like that? Nobody's going to buy just one part. They want the whole unit. Just sell it all in one box like they did the original X1. That's so weird. And it's also greedy. It's one of the things I don't like about Takara Tomy. As much as these things are super cool, the Diaclone business model is just horrendously greedy. It's why a lot of people get turned off by the price availability of this stuff. I know this is probably not going to endear me to Takara Tomy very much. I actually really like Diaclone, and I was okay with buying it. It's frustrating sometimes. I'm happy that Tomy is even selling this stuff in the US. I really am happy with it. So like, yeah, even if this a la carte model is challenging and kind of annoying, at least, it's not common. And even if it is, the prices aren't terrible, especially when Tomy sold it direct. It literally cost me less to buy those 3 separate piece units than it did for me to buy from a gray market the full boxed version of the X1. So like, I can't complain too much, you know. The fact that they're selling it directly, and the fact is that the quality of these is still really good. So, look at this. This thing is cool. This has like major Armored Core vibes, like with the way that the tank treads are angled down, the rocket pods, the shields with the shovels, the big ass rail cannons on the back, the smoke launchers. Yeah, they nailed this thing. There's always like that's what I love about Diaclone, and that's the one thing that's great about it is it has what I would call like amazing elements of all the mecha that you love, whether it's Gundam or Votoms or Macross. It just takes all of them and it just mishmashes them together into all the stuff that you like. So you've got a bit of everything. Like with this, you've got some Armored Core, and you've definitely got some Gundam in there. You've got some Transformers, obviously. And of course, the old school Diaclone influence. It's just cool. And that's the other thing I love too, is the amount of light piping on these things too. I'm going to see if I can capture that light piping on the head. Let's see if I can zoom in and capture that light piping. That's one of the things I love. And with Robot Base, which I hopefully will be getting the Royal Defender version of that. Come on, zoom in. I know you're capable. You can see the light piping. Come on, focus. You're not gonna play ball with me, huh? I should use a flashlight. I'll have a flashlight next time. Because like to get that light piping, you gotta have this light source directly behind him. But yeah, like these are my 2 biggest Cosmo Marine units now. We have Garuda and we have Chariot. So I think of all the tactical mover versions, these are the no, there's one more. There's Hawk as well. I don't know if I even want to go through the trouble of getting Hawk because it's another one that's a la carte. Like I said before, you got to buy, hunt down the core unit, and then also hunt down the Hawk pack that goes with it. So, and I don't really care much about the Hawk unit because I feel like the Daedalus is a better version of it in almost every way. The Hawk just isn't. It doesn't do much for me. The Orbit Hopper, it's cool. So let's see if we can get this guy in his tank mode. I forgot how that goes. It's like back here. Go. Let's see. I think the arms fold like so. Like show. Yeah, I think. I think the arms fold over the head. So let's go do that. Yeah, like this. Why would it go like that, though? Oh, okay, cool. And the guns, like, fold. Go to the side? Oh, they always. Okay. Huh? Weird. Let's see if I can move that up. Still nobody watching. Whatever. All right. 8. What's funny is that the tactical mover. Oh wait, they actually have it in stock again on TF Source. Up they're fully sold out. Okay, so that's how that works. Okay, so it folds out and it just stays locked in. Oh, that's weird. They actually have these in stock. Take a look at this and see if they actually have that accessory pack in. Because I might splurge and buy that thing too. That'd be cool. If they have that in stock, I might consider it. Like that accessory. Oh, they do have the Gamma Versalter. Do they have the Hawk unit that goes? Yes, they do. So if I want to spend freaking almost $200, I can get the Gamma Versalter unit and the Hawk modular unit that goes with them and just finish that Cosmo Marine trifecta if I want. That's expensive though. I don't know if I feel like snagging that right now. If they sell the accessory set, I'd consider buying that thing though. I don't think they do. I think maybe they must have just had enough to fill the pre-orders and then that was it because I don't see it. That's too bad. I was hoping that they'd have it. No. That sucks. Yeah, there it is, the option unit. Yeah, they did. You know what? It was too tempting anyway. It's cool, but I have nowhere to put it and it's not compatible with anything. Let's see. So I guess to like do this. All right, let's go back to here. Yeah. So you fold these arms up. Best way to do this is to go angle take the wrist and you bend the wrist down and then pop back. And then you fold the hand in. Hard to see. We're going to zoom in. Come on. The best way to do this is to bend the wrist up and then so awkward to do even on camera. If it was far away, it would be okay. It's having trouble focusing on this today, it seems. I guess we're all having trouble focusing today. Here we go. That's a good view, mid range. See, when the arm is locked down, if you want to fold out the store the hand, you just flip the hand down. Then you reach in with the nail and just flip that up. Then you close that. Then you close that, and the hand is stored. You've got a little pin there to put on whatever accessory you want. Okay, cool. Let's check YouTube just in case. There we go. And it's just only one person. Okay. Oh, that's okay. I'm not really promoting myself now, so there really isn't an obvious audience. I'm lucky if people show up. It's okay if people don't show up. So just do the same thing on the other side. Fold this, and then what you do is you take these, and I guess with this version, so for this you just take his head and just go whoop. For this toy, you take it, fold these down. Fold these down for the tank treads. Sheesh. All right. these go up here. Why is that? That's weird, man. That's a little strange. I don't know why it does that way. It looks odd. Doesn't look like the picture. I guess you just do it like this. And then you fold these pieces out. There you go. The shield handles just fold out. Okay, cool. That's not bad. And like this. Sort of taking a guess here how the unit folds forward. What the? How? What? Okay, I might have to look at the instructions on this. Because I'm not sure how they got that. Oh. Let's see. Okay. What? That's weird. Oh. No, that's not how it works. Well, how do you get it all the way up front like that? Does it fold? That's weird. Didn't think I'd actually have to read the instructions for that. Shouldn't. See if somebody actually has a video on how to transform this thing into its tank mode. Oh, here we go. All right. All right, all right. Okay. It's peaceful down. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow, that does not seem like a very sturdy design choice here. Okay. Let's move that back. See how that goes. Okay, so this goes like this and just. Oh, okay then. There goes that. Oh no, I don't like that. Okay. No, that doesn't look like it wants to go that way. How do you do that without feeling like you're gonna break it? Oh, well, there you go. Okay, okay. Oh, all right. It's just new, you know? Okay. And then, wow, that's awkward. Does not like, seems like it wants to go. That is like the most awkward transformation. I'm not sure I like that. Does this piece just stay? Yeah, it does. Okay, maybe. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it, I guess. Oh, hey, Luna. Let's see. I can zoom out. Nice to see you. I'm glad see somebody showed up. All right. I think that's the tank mode then. Okay, yeah, that's it. This piece is not like this piece is literally just hanging out in the front too. That's weird, man. That is very awkward. All right. Zoom out. All right, let's see. And that tank is weird. I don't know. So that just goes. Let's take a look at this again. And what do they usually want you to do with the okay, so they want you to put the rocket pods, just line them up here, I guess. Do they just lock in? Feels like these should actually just straight up be even, but hmm. Maybe yeah, because I can see how they like lock in. Uh yeah, you fold those pieces in. Let's see what he does there. Oh, okay, so oh yeah, he does. That's weird. These pieces should lock right in then. They should have the exact right length for both sides of these two. Lock right in. Well, let's see if I can figure this out. Why is it like this one's extra long? Yeah, like he just had no problem with it. Maybe take a look at that video one more time. Nope. Well, maybe. Angle the handle. All right, let's see. Rock so. Like so, like so. Yeah, it should just pop right in. That's weird. I mean, this thing isn't giving me much trouble, but it's definitely making me go scratch my head with some of the other. Like the initial tactile movers were always kind of awkward and unwieldy anyway, but like this is weird. Do I have something on backwards, maybe? There's no way. That'd be weird if I did. No, not how that works. That is not how that works. How are you, Luna? Oh. Oh, for God's sake. No. Go away. Get out of your bot. Shoo. Nobody likes you here. I swear. This just goes in there. And that goes in here. That just locks. Well, maybe. This piece go like. Maybe this actually does go like that. Maybe. No, it does not. Like I said, this thing is awkward and weird. It's a cool one, and I've been waiting for it for a while, but definitely feels like there's some design elements that make you go, huh? Why'd they do that? Oh, okay, so that just rests on top. Oh, like it's strange. Okay, so that piece does back, just floats. Yeah, okay, it does. What the hell? Okay then, game. Okay, Takara Tomy. Whatever you say. Okay, cool. I see how it's supposed to go. You just gotta move the legs down a little bit. Oh, it's so awkward and fiddly sometimes, especially on front of camera. But hey, no. Hmm. You gonna cooperate? Oh man, it's a little too close. Budge. That. Just like this. And these pieces fit together. Here we go. Now that's how you do it. There we go. Okay, I now see how they want you to do it. At least for this. Now, for the actual, like, hardware mounting for the missile pods, I don't see what they want. But there's the tank mode for the most part. That's cool. It's very compact. I don't know if I'd call it a tank so much as like an artillery piece. It's two big rail guns on it. Yeah. But, and I think you're supposed to. What the heck, though? Hmm. Huh. That's strange, though. Stop that. Can't you just line up? Line up. Like it doesn't want to line up. There we go. The Thug Buster pistol. This guy had him like actually like perfectly lined up. I don't understand how he did that. The rocket pods. That's so strange. How the heck did he manage to get them lined up so perfect? That's I like how they have like revolver cylinders on them. Like look at that. They actually have like the cylinder grooves cut out pieces on them. Zoom all the way in on that. Come on. It's right in front of your nose. Just zoom. Focus. Camera does not want to focus today. Seriously? There we go. Cool. Ooh. Maybe now that I've pushed it in it's like there's still just like a tiny bit of clearance here that I'm missing. For it to fit in that particular little zone. This thing. Take a look at that, see if anybody else managed to figure it out. Huh. Did he get it to sit flush? Don't get it. Oh, he folded this down. Okay, cool, cool. So that's what he did. I was gonna say there's no way he actually managed to like fit those pieces because they don't line up. Okay, cool. So he just made them sit flush. He just rolled the Cool. Let's zoom out and we'll talk a little bit more about it now that I've figured out all its little secrets. Here we go. Now we have the tank mode. I forget the actual term for it. There's like a vehicle term for it, the tactical mover, the maneuver mode or something. But yeah, I think I figured it out. It seems to sit nicely now. I didn't force anything and put any stress marks on anything, so yeah, I'd consider that all in all a good time for transforming. Some of these Diaclone figures are literally assembled wrong from the factory. So like the Gale Versalter, not yeah, the Gale Ravager, all of them are assembled wrong. So if you try and push the tire units up, you'll put a nasty stress mark on a couple of the pieces, and then like it's doubly bad assembled. So two different modes literally will look wrong, and you'll break it unless you unscrew like the ankle pieces. I like and sad because that's one of the better ones too. Like in terms of design, it's just they for some reason must have sent like the wrong instructions to the factory on how to assemble them. So they all come like built wrong. So you have to either do it yourself or just never use those modes or just always have it look slightly wrong, which I'm fine with because it looks fine on its own. At least this one isn't one of those. All right. Here we go. That actually looks nice alongside Garuda, those big ass rail guns. Yeah, there you go. Those two look awesome together. I love that olive green. That OD green is just so freaking cool. It looks so cool. Here we go. Let's let's put that on the pedestal and talk about it a little bit. Here we go. Hold on. All right. Well, I'm probably gonna wrap it up anyway because I gotta eat dinner and I've been streaming for about an hour, which is about what I wanted to give to it. We'll talk a tiny bit about it, just like give my final thoughts on this one after I figured out its little secrets, and then we'll wrap it up since it's Teo's bedtime, so he wants to go to sleep. So we'll zoom in on that. And I hate when it does. Put like an X or something on here so I know exactly where to put this when it's fully zoomed in. Thanks for showing up, Luna. I'm not done yet. I was going to talk about it. Well, here, okay, here we go. Now we have it all sort of. Feels awkward. Let's push it a little bit more to the back here. There we go. You, plant. All right. Yeah, I don't know. This is I like this one. I'm gonna give this one an 8.5 to 9 out of 10. I passed this one up the first time it came out because the first time I saw it, because by the time I started collecting the tactical movers, this one had already been out, and I passed it up because I'm like, it's not that cool. It looks weird. I can't afford it, and I only wanted the submarine. I only wanted the Argo. This one was an early one. It had some weird things, and people said it was just kind of okay. I'll pass it up. And it used to sat on the TF Source page forever. This thing was in stock for a long time at like $80 or like 75, and I passed it up, and I kind of regret it because I did pay a little more than I probably should have for it, but not like excessively. But still, I managed to land one, and I don't regret it. I'm glad that it doesn't bother me that I missed it out at the lower price because this thing is pretty cool. Um, in general, I really like it. It's not perfect, but for what you get, every accessory fits on it, which I always like. I hate it when like stuff leaves things that you have like extra parts that you don't know what to do with. Nah, I hate that stuff. This thing is cool. It's got a lot of cool guns. It's got a lot of cool parts. It's very compact in its tank mode, and its mech mode is very cool. Not the most posable, but it's got some neat aspects to it. The design is tight and has a very nice armored core like feeling to it. It has a lot of very cool elements to it. It looks good, plays well. I love the way the cockpit opens a lot. Yeah, I love the way the cockpit opens. I love the way I love the fact that it has those giant ass rail guns on the top. I like the fact that it just in general looks like a really badass support heavy assault tank. Like it just looks fun. This thing is a cool vehicle. And in general, I don't feel bad about it at all. I have enough, and I have a couple more Cosmo Marine units now. It's always good to have more military themed stuff. So now I have a true land, sea, and air set with the Guard Fleet Argo, the the Dune Gunner Ravager, Versalter, and then Garuda, the Garuda Cosmo Marine, and of course space with the Daedalus unit. I was considering getting the Dark Star one, but boy, I don't want to get a second. I already broke the bank buying the X1 that's coming tomorrow. I don't want to break it anymore by going nuts and like I mean, I'll keep an eye on it. I'm sure there'll be a lot of places that'll have it in stock for a while. Maybe it'll sell out fast. I don't know. Daedalus is really popular and sells out. We'll take a look at it. But at this point, I think I'm happy with it. This was a really cool figure. I enjoyed putting together, even though it had a lot of runners. They weren't that bad, and it was easy to assemble, like most of the Diaclone stuff. This thing is so cool, though. I mean, like, the more I talk about it, the more I look at it, the happier I am with it. So yeah, I think I could give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's not amazing. I personally think this one's like as close to a 10 out of 10 as you can get for one of the Diaclone because it has not only a very cool vehicle mode, but it also has a separate vehicle here that you can just pop right out, like the little Jeep. And this can hold other vehicles as well. And this thing rolls spectacularly. And it has an extra space for another Dianaut in there. And it has a gun that folds up on the back as well. And it just pops right here on the ramp on the back of Garuda. It just pops right there, which is super easy. Just locks right in. And you just fold it up, and there's a little tab, little tooth, and it just slides right in and locks in. So slick. This thing is fun. This thing is perfect. This is like the best Cosmo Marine unit out there. This thing screams Apache gunship modern future version. Like VTOL. It has the VTOL feeling from I also have a good memory of this because the day I got it, we ate this really nice local restaurant, and one of my favorite places to eat, and then they closed a few months later, so I was so sad. But I have a good memory of eating there that day because like I had a really good lunch, and then I came home, and then I had this waiting for me, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good day. And this one was a pretty good day too. Starting to finally feel better, so I'll be streaming more consistently. I'm gonna go upstairs and eat dinner, call it for this stream, and then I'll be right back, and we're gonna play Resident Evil 2, and we're gonna play Resident Evil 2 again tomorrow. We're gonna lead it all the way up. Hopefully, we might play System Shock, but probably not. We're just gonna play Resident Evil, I think, up until 9. We'll probably play 2 if we can finish 2 before 9 comes out. If not, we'll play through 4, and I can do a quick run through for 4 with like some crazy weapons and stuff. But we can run through 9 or 2 and get through it fast, run through 4, and then we'll play 9 when it comes out and hope that my computer can handle 9 and it's not an unoptimized nightmare, which knowing Capcom's launch record these days, it probably will be because the RE engine seems to be showing its age and its optimization issues. It's a good thing that I have enough RAM. Oh my God, I do not want the idea of upgrading my PC just scares the crap out of me. It would be like half the price of a car to get what I wanted performance wise, let alone the fact that the 5090s all have horrible power consumption and like spontaneous combustion issues. I am praying, knock on wood, that my 3090 holds out because that card is my life. That particular computer is my pride and joy, so I'm really hoping it holds out. Luckily, it had a long period of time where it wasn't used very much. So and this laptop is. And this laptop that I'm currently on is now retired semi. It's just here for it's basically on life support. The whole purpose of the laptop in here is just to run the hand cam in my model. So it's just fine that way. Yeah. So this is good. I like this. This is a very, very badass toy. And I highly recommend if you can get it. It's on TF Source. I think it was about $100, which is a lot. Like people are like, oh my god, this is like what deluxe size, barely even Voyager class for Transformers, and it costs $100. Yeah, yeah. There's a reason for that because these things are insanely detailed and modular. They're sturdy. They use the best plastic. There's no hollow bits. Nothing on this is hollow. Nothing this feels crappy. It doesn't roll or anything, but it just feels good. It works. It's compatible with pretty much every other Diaclone. You can use Gunpla parts. These things are worth the money and worth more than the average Transformer because there's love put in here. Yeah, they're expensive, but you ain't gonna break this. You've get a lot of play value out of this little tank and this thing. I could tear both of these apart and mash them together and create something really badass. I'm not gonna do that, but I could. And of course, we have the pilot. We're just gonna open that up. I love this. This is like my favorite thing about this is like, it's like a freaking tongue opening, shunk, and it just like locks open too. Look at that cockpit opening. That is so fucking cool. That is like the coolest aspect. That's like one of the coolest aspects. You've got that little cockpit, and you even have like a little loader unit too that will go with this too. And like these things are small and expensive, but just you wait. Tomorrow we're gonna see something a little bigger. Hopefully, fingers crossed that UPS performs a miracle and it shows up on my doorstep at the allotted time and I get that because I'm going to do a long show of the comparison between the X1 and the new X1. And that thing is so cool because the new one looks even better than the original. And the original was a masterpiece. So we'll probably end up tearing that one apart and combining it with the other one too. And that's going to be an amazing, amazing fun time. So stick around. Resident Evil tonight. Hopefully X1 tomorrow and more Resident Evil tomorrow. Stay tuned. Thank you, scholars and spellians. Salutations. I'm Lonsvispel, signing off.